Ty Plays Games here, coming to you with another episode, Fallout 4. In this episode, we are going to be building in Tenpines Bluff. I have reinstalled the mods, and yeah, I guess we better get to it. I finally got all the mods working, after tiring work of retrieving as many of them as I could. So now, we can build wherever we want, when we want. Whenever we want. But I did set a precedence. I am not going to use a scrap everything mod. I'm going to use a mod to scrap like the brambles and bushes and sanctuary, but things like these retaining walls, this old house, I want to keep this and try to actually rebuild it and use it. And I think with the scrap everything mod, or not scrap everything, place anywhere, we should be able to achieve that. But first things first, we need to get some defenses built around this place. It seems like the main gate's kind of right here. We'll get started on that. Now I will do a new mod list video, so everybody knows what mods I'm using now. Since it's all different, or some of it's changed. But at least with this character on this save file, I unlocked the picket fences. Because I've already unlocked a chunk of stuff in this game that I wasn't really looking forward to. One thing I like is the high-tech lighting. But, yeah. And I also want to integrate the shack as part of the settlement. Why do we have just random raw meat sitting on the ground? I'm not even going to talk about that. That's kind of unsanitary. Like, I know we're in the wasteland, but
we need to get more of this.
you know, instead of talking, you guys could put that raw chunk of meat in something that wouldn't, you know, or throw it out because it's probably got parasites in it now. Oh yeah, I'm using a Minuteman mod that's called Standalone Minuteman Reskin. Really good mod where it reskins all the Minutemen outfits to this. To the blue color, like the General's outfit, and they all have the Minutemen badging all over their uniforms. I don't mind the vanilla look of it, but I think Bethesda should have did that, because at the end of the day, the Minutemen would want to be like more, I don't know, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. But kind of more established as a militia than just some random group of people wearing outfits. So the first thing we're going to build is a barn. Actually, the first thing we should build is a guard tower. We're actually going to build it out of two pieces. We're going to use one piece concrete. Kind of like that. And then we're going to do a scaffolding piece on top. I also saw, and I'm not advertising for you guys to go watch them, but Cordless V just dropped a new video after a long time of not doing a whole lot on YouTube, let alone Fallout 4, so it was a treat seeing Cordless V come back to Fallout 4. I do have a lot of respect for that guy. He's one hell of a Fallout 4 builder. He's actually one of the inspirations for me to start doing this Fallout 4 YouTube thing. But it was a treat seeing him come back, and I'm glad to see you back, Cordless VII. You're a legend amongst Fallout 4 settlement builders, so yeah, see how that's kind of just floating across. There we go. I find if it's kind of like that, it doesn't have to be perfect. because we don't want it to be perfect. You know what, another thing we can do instead of that is we can put it like kind of like this. Kind of do like the torn out metal wall. And the nice thing with mods is the snapping is a heck of a lot better compared to no mods. See, we can do that. And we can do that. Now for the barn walls, we're going to do even destroyed one, just to keep with the aesthetic of destruction. That there. That there. And I can see we're running out of material, so I'm gonna have to do one thing that I'm not proud of with mod building, but something that is required for mod building. Well, not really, but it makes your mod building go a lot quicker. I'll just do it right now. And I'm not gonna remove this from the video, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna hide what I do with the mods. Yeah, I didn't want to do that one. Jeep terminal, we're gonna go get ourselves some materials. Now, another good thing that would kind of make you feel more happy is if you actually went and got all the materials, but let me tell you, I've done that. I have played mods and I've done it the other way. And it almost seems like you're just kind of... There we go. And yeah, some people probably would have, granted some people may have hidden that and been like, oh no, I don't do that. Because I have seen some Fallout YouTubers do that, or have said that. Oh, I use the materials in the game and then oh, we gotta turn off object snapping. And so we can kind of just build the wall, because now we got mods. You can kind of build a wall. But anyways, I have seen YouTubers claim, or some Fallout people claim they don't use scrapping, because essentially that is cheating when you're doing that with the game. You're using something to essentially just gain you more material for your character to build. But I actually kind of want to put one of those up here. And kind of just build like a little foundation. There's one mod I was trying to download, but it just didn't like it. Bethesda in it didn't like it. Quit trying to snap to everything because you don't need to be snapping to absolutely everything. But yeah, anyways, about the modding thing, somebody was on was on Reddit. They were saying they were using mods to gain extra scrapping materials, and then the next thing you know, they have like 6,000, 7,000, and people started questioning it. And eventually, the person admitted that they were using that. I really want to almost do this one. But at the end of the day, if you're using things like that scrapping thing, it's not that big of a deal. It's not really, you're not really hurting anybody doing it. We gotta get rid of this so we can get that. Kind of what I want. But yeah, this person was saying they were using, and then they admitted that they were using a scrapping mod, or a mod that gains a material. But I find some people don't like them because they're kind of like, essentially it is a way of cheating in this game. Don't get me wrong. But I use it specifically because it's easier, but it doesn't mean I'm right by using it, I guess. But it is a lot easier mod because then you're not spending so much time looking for scrap. Although it is kind of part of the experience for Fallout 4. I think we should add some spikes. But that's kind of how I look at it. I kind of feel like it's a part of the experience of playing Fallout 4. Because you are having to go out, you are having to search for items. But I've done it for so long that I just don't really feel like doing it anymore. Like, I've done so much building in Fallout 4 over the years. Oh yeah, I don't think the shack stairs snapped it easily. So, do it that way. Man, the music is really loud. But I do have that one tutorial on how to build these towers without mods. It's a little trickier, but it can be done. There isn't going to be a lot of guard posts for. Because really you only kind of essentially need one guard post. But I do like building walls around my settlements because essentially you're going to want some sort of protection in your outposts from enemies of any sort or kind. That may want to try and take out your outpost. Like that, now you can hear gunshots. I swear there's always something going down in Tenpines Bluff. I'd love to do that, but it's way too outside of the workshop. We'll build it like up here or something. Because I still want to keep where all the housing is up here. And also now that I got mods loaded in and finally working, I'm going to do a couple live streams, hopefully, on Twitch. Actually attempt a live stream. And I know I said that last time, but this time I'm actually going to do it. It'll have to be on a weekend that I'm not working, because that's the problem when you have a job, you got to kind of deal with that first. And I always try to put YouTube, but sadly my job always comes first before even YouTube, even though I'd like YouTube to come first and then my job second, but it's not the way the world works. You gotta work. Oh, why did you do that? I gotta do it like that. I'm also gonna slowly rebuild Sanctuary back to the way it was when we had left it off. Luckily I got a bunch of videos I can just go off of for old Sanctuary. That's weird, it doesn't let us snap. Maybe it's this door. Yeah, it was that door all along. We're gonna slowly get back into the thing with Fallout. You know what? I might just leave it like this. I'm kind of good with that. You know, another thing we could do is we could add a capsule here, since we're near the mine, or the quarry, I should say. Yeah, it means you can bury it. It doesn't seem to work for us. Maybe we can do like a catwalk along the front here. I'll remove these. I think we gotta kind of keep those. Because essentially with a catwalk, you kind of got an area you can walk across. Which then we can just... Are we getting a radiation storm? Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna sleep for 10 hours so you guys aren't watching me build in the dark for too long. That's one of the complaints I get about my videos, is they're too dang dark. I wish there was a mod that would control the weather. There we go. Oh, now it's really bright and foggy. Then essentially we can use car parts, since there's a lot of cars nearby too. I gotta use cars that would make sense, where they don't have that glass dome anymore. Yeah, like this. Can I just do it partially buried? Yeah, I don't want explosive cars. That will end well for the settlement. Pretty much a retaining wall of cars. Problem is that's still a little too high. Tenpines Bluff is one of the worst settlements to build, and I will say that's actually one of the worst rated settlements. But there's two other settlements that beat it out. And then Coastal Cottage is the next one after this one. Or I think Coastal Cottage is supposedly the first one. Essentially, we can do it that way, and then just build one stairway down. But then again, we got to build something here for more settlers to live in. The idea of the cars being there, but maybe just do the really tall walls that we get with the mods. Turn off object snap. And then just build some cars up against it. Also some tires. Like throw some random tires in here. Just kind of look like the wall's not just floating up, being held up and floating. And this is kind of essentially the main entry point into Tenpines Bluff. And the most protected part will be the place in which the settlers live. And then put the destroyed car here. And go into the wood tab. I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. I'm not even know what the heck I'm doing. That there. I'm gonna bury that within the car. And I guess we got another guard post. So this one will be a little more junkier. A couple railings. Just add more. The reason why I'm doing wood is I kind of want to keep Tenpines Bluff junky feeling. There we go. And we'll kind of throw these down like so. Oh, we don't even need to put those in there. We could just throw, we'll go to object snap off. And we can go to defense, guard posts. Do that one like that. Throw down a turret. Oh. Object snap on again. Kind of like a cheap little turret. And there we go. Now is this possible without mods? Yes. But you won't have access to the columns, tires, vehicles, that sort of thing, but and amazing snapping. Man, I love snapping with mods. And it kind of creates a front entrance into the settlement, kind of makes it feel a little more settled, per se. Now what's going to be really weird is when the settlers come up here and people come up here and they see that Tenpines Bluff has got a mini kind of fortress wall. The other thing I like doing is adding stuff like this to the front of the settlement. Is this at this point it's kind of just a texture thing. It kind of gives the walls depth. Like you're giving them a lot of depth by doing that. Now I'll throw some picket fences in here too, since I have these unlocked now. fence. Put a couple of those up. It's a farming settlement, but it's got high walls and spikes. We'll call this the Tenpines Bluff Redux. Now we can add like some walls here to kind of just clean it up a bit. Again, I kind of want to keep the walls junky feeling. We may put a little house right here for a settler, or we may put something there for a settler, because it is kind of a small farming community. But I think this is a good start. Oh yeah, also I was going to say the view distance on Xbox and PlayStation are impeccable, as a wise man once said. Your timing is impeccable. But anyways, what the heck's it called? The view distance on the consoles are way better than they used to be. But I think my brother told me they cranked the consoles up to PC Ultra settings, so really they did. But I think this looks pretty good so far. Well, next episode we'll start building housing and stuff, because this is going to be all the living area. I want this whole area just to be a dedicated farm for the settlement. And we're going to see if we can turn this old part of the house into a barn, and this empty area into a little pen for the cows, or for the Brahmin. But I want to kind of keep this front area as a living area, and the back area is all going to be farmland. So we keep Tenpines Bluff as farming roots. So, with that being said, I really appreciate you watching this video. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten so far with my channel. And I really appreciate the support I got during Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. That was really awesome. Again, stay tuned, because when Chapter 4 drops, definitely going to be playing that. But other than that, for the next little while, it's going to be mostly Fallout and Starfield content. Probably more Fallout than Starfield. Just because now I've gotten back in the swings of things of building in Fallout 4. So, again, with all my heart, I appreciate every single one of you. So, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.